The River of Courage. In ancient times, in the green and misty land of England, there lived a king who was famous across many kingdoms. His name was King Aldrich. He was not only powerful but also very intelligent. He ruled his kingdom with fairness, wisdom, and patience. People respected him because he listened to their problems and always tried to do what was right. King Aldrich had everything a king could wish for: gold, land, soldiers, and respect. But the most precious treasure of his life was his daughter, Princess Emma. Princess Emma was known for her beauty, but more than that, she was known for her sharp mind and kind heart. She loved reading old books, learning about history, and solving riddles. She believed that true strength was not only in muscles but also in intelligence and courage. When Emma reached the age of marriage, many kings, princes, and rich men sent proposals. Some were very handsome, some were very rich, and some were very powerful. But Emma was not impressed. "I do not want to marry someone only because he is rich or strong," she told her father one evening. "I want to marry a man who is intelligent, brave, and calm in danger." King Aldrich smiled. He loved his daughter deeply and respected her thoughts. "If that is what you want," he said, "then I will find a way to choose such a man." Behind the royal palace flowed a wide and dangerous river called the Blackwater River. The water was dark, deep, and fast. What made it more terrifying was that huge crocodiles lived in it. These crocodiles were known across the land. No fisherman dared to go near the river, and no traveler tried to cross it. One morning, King Aldrich made a great announcement. Messengers were sent to every corner of the kingdom. The announcement said, "Any man who wishes to marry Princess Emma must cross the Blackwater River from one side to the other. Whoever succeeds will earn the right to marry the princess." The news spread like fire. At first, many young men felt excited. They imagined marrying the princess and becoming the future king. But when they came near the river and saw the dark water and the giant crocodiles moving slowly near the surface, their courage disappeared. Some laughed nervously and walked away. Some prayed and returned home. Some stayed for a while, watching the river, hoping someone else would go first. Days passed. Then weeks passed. Then one full month passed. Not a single man dared to enter the river. People started saying, "The competition is impossible." Others whispered, "No one can defeat the crocodiles." Some even said, "The king has made a cruel test." Princess Emma felt sad. She wondered if courage had truly disappeared from the hearts of men. But King Aldrich remained silent and calm. "True courage takes time to appear," he said. One quiet morning, when the sun was just rising and the river looked like black glass, a young prince arrived on horseback. He was Prince Edward from a distant kingdom. He was not surrounded by soldiers or servants. He wore simple clothes and carried no weapon except a small dagger. People gathered and watched him. When Prince Edward reached the riverbank, he did not rush. He did not boast. He simply stood there and looked at the river carefully. He observed the movement of the water. He watched the crocodiles. He studied their behavior. He listened to the sound of the river. The crowd whispered among themselves, "He looks calm. Does he not feel fear? Is he foolish or brave?" Princess Emma watched from the palace balcony. Something about the prince caught her attention. He did not look nervous, but he also did not look careless. After a long time, Prince Edward smiled softly. "This river is dangerous," he said quietly. "But danger does not mean impossibility." He took off his heavy coat and shoes. He tied his clothes tightly around his waist so they would not slow him down. Then, without shouting, without asking for blessings, and without fear on his face, he stepped into the river. The crowd gasped. The cold water touched his skin, but he did not panic. He moved slowly at first, testing the depth. Then he began to swim, not fast, not slow, but steady and focused. One crocodile moved closer. People screamed from the riverbank. But Prince Edward did not scream. He remembered what he had learned while studying animals. Crocodiles attack sudden movement. They fear confidence and control. He kept his movements smooth and calm. Another crocodile came closer. Prince Edward took a deep breath and dived under the water, swimming in a direction where the crocodiles could not see him clearly. The river was deep, and the current was strong. His arms burned. His lungs felt heavy. Fear tried to enter his heart. But he spoke to himself in his mind. "Fear will kill me before the crocodiles do," he thought. "Calm will save me." Slowly, he reached a point where the water became shallow again. With the last strength in his body, he pushed forward and climbed onto the opposite bank. For a moment, there was silence. Then the crowd exploded with shock and joy. He did it. He crossed the river. He faced death without fear. Princess Emma's eyes filled with tears, not of fear, but of pride and happiness. King Aldrich stood up from his throne. His voice was strong and clear. "This man has proven his intelligence, courage, and control," he said. "He is worthy." Prince Edward was brought to the palace. He bowed respectfully to the king and then to Princess Emma. "I did not cross the river to win a prize," he said honestly. "I crossed it because I believe fear should never decide our limits." Princess Emma smiled. "And that," she said, "is exactly why you crossed it." The kingdom celebrated for many days. Prince Edward and Princess Emma were married in a grand ceremony. But more than gold or crowns, they shared respect, understanding, and wisdom. The Blackwater River still flowed, and crocodiles still lived there. But from that day, people remembered it not only as a river of death, but as the river of courage. And the story was told for generations, that intelligence without courage is incomplete, and courage without calm is dangerous, but when both walk together, even the darkest river can be crossed.